Now that you know how to log into your consultant admin site, I'm going to teach you how to set up your customers' queues. What you'll do back here is click on the link that says Queue Setup, and enter your customer's email address. Click Next. Now if they're a new customer, it will come up with this, that this is a new customer and you need to set up a customer account first by clicking here. So I clicked there, and I'm just going to go ahead and put in the email address, and you can put the party ID if you want to, and then click Continue. And it will ask you to put the first and last name in, and then click Submit. And here it gives you a temporary password. I write this down on every one of my customers' order forms or when I'm setting up their queue. It's just nice to have in case you need to log in as a customer and change their queue around. I've had customers call me. This also gets emailed to them, like it says here in the green text. But it's just nice to have it available in case you need to manage something for them. Once they go in and change their password, you won't be able to access their account anyway, so it's just a nice thing to have. After you've added the customer, then go back to Queue Setup, and your guest should be the very top one on your list, and then click Next. And then go ahead and tie them to a party and click Next. Now this is the planner. A lot of people like to have the planner calculate what their family needs for a 3 or 6 or 12-month supply of food. And so you can go ahead and go down and do this. Now I usually just do 1,800 calories for a woman, 2,000 calories for a man, 1,600 calories for a child. We're not going to do any children on this one. If you want to add additional cooking basics, drink mixes, ready to eat entrees, or freeze-dried food, I just select 50% of freeze-dried food, and these ones you can check them. And it will go ahead and create the Thrive plan that you'll then go ahead and load into the customer's queue. So this is what the planner came up with for my family of 2, my customer. You can see there's a 6-grain pancake, number 10 can. We have 4 of those. Cracked cereal, there's 3 of the number 10 cans. And you can scroll down and see everything in the grains. And then here at the bottom you can expand or contract these other categories. I have 4 number 10 cans of broccoli. Fruit, I can look at what it's got for fruit for me. 4 number 10 cans of freeze-dried banana slices. So at this point you can click Next, and it's going to load it all into your queue. Here is where you change the budget and select the ship date. And then select Next. And then at this part of the queue setup, it's just like placing an order. You go ahead and put in the billing address, and you can, if it's the same as the shipping address, just keep that circle here checked. Click Next, and then you're going to go ahead and enter credit card information and click Next, and then finalize it. but I am not going to go that far in the process since this is just a mock queue that I'm setting up to show you guys how it works. But I do want to show you one other thing. Okay, so remember on this page that says Thrive Planner, this is your little breadcrumbs to show you where you are at in the process. When you're at the Thrive Planner, some people do want to have the planner and have the computer just calculate what their household needs for X amount of months, in our case 3 months, and then plug that into the queue. Often a lot of people may already have a lot of dry goods such as beans and wheat and rice and flour, and they would rather just use the Thrive Quick Pick to load their queue. So click on the Use Thrive Quick Pick if your customer does not want to use the planner. This is when I have my customer go on a Thrive shopping spree with the price list at the party, and I have them mark everything they may ever want to get from Thrive in whatever size pouch, can, or bucket that they want. And then I will transfer that shopping spree into the Quick Pick. And and then I just go through and I say, hey, they wanted 4 of these, and they really didn't want much grain because they really had a lot of grain, but they love millet, so they actually want a case of millet. And quinoa, they want that. And then I go through each section and mark all the vegetables that they want, and all the fruit that they want, and their basics, and their dairy, and meats, and beans, and desserts. Any 6-pack samplers, you can see what we don't have anything in there. The drinks that they want to add, and then click Next here, and it will go ahead and move just the items I selected into the queue. And then from here on out, it's the same with the budget, the ship date, and the shipping. So you have 2 options. You can use the Thrive Planner or the Thrive Quick Pick when you're setting up your customers' queues. So after I actually set up or entered in their address, then it gives me the shipping method choice. So unless they're really close to American Fork for will call, you just usually select standard shipping and then choose next. And I'm still working on this queue. And then from here, it's just billing information, meaning the card number and all that jazz. And then we're going to go ahead and click next to finalize it. But like I said, this is just a demo queue, so I'm not really going to finalize it. At this point, I will just exit out. So that's how you set up a queue.